All right, this is Jay and
M.
and we're here to discuss Game of Thrones episode 2, season 7. So talking points, overview of the episode. M, go.
Overview of the episode. I thought it was they hit the gas on a couple things. They did a great transition again, just like they did in the first one, from Sam doing something totally fucking nasty, and then move it into like a food thing. So what they did in episode 1, where they had the poop soup montage, which was a pretty awesome montage.
Yes.
I want like a percussion song playing in the back, playing for that one. And then this time they transitioned from the grayscale scraping to, what was it? It was hot pies.
It was Hot Pie's bread bowl of hot pie.
Oh, that was sick, and it was so smoothly done because something all the colors were just right. That's really stands out to me. So the death pool. All right. Now
Okay.
I think we've got some disagreement as to this.
Okay,
What's your death? What's
Okay.
your death sequence?
And the question is, first, before we start with the death pool, is this by next episode or is this just by next death?
I think it's next death. I don't think we can narrow it down to next episode because they go multiple geographical. They don't necessarily advance the plot.
Okay, so I think next death will likely be one of the Sand Snakes or
Ooh.
Yara Greyjoy.
Okay.
I don't think they'll kill all of them, but I think, I think probably what will happen is Mama Sand Snake will have to watch the one remaining daughter Sand Snake, because they already killed 2 of the daughters.
Oh yeah.
One was hanging by her whip,
Uh-huh.
and the other one was draped over the same
That's right.
stern of the ship, or whatever the hell that's called.
While Theon sat there and floated impotently.
Yeah. So yeah, I
Do you
think
think she's going to get mounted? What do you think? Oh, do you think? All right, pick one. Who's your horse in this race? Is it going to be the daughter or is it going to be Mama?
it gets killed.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be the daughter. Mom's
You think it's
going
gonna
to
be the daughter?
Oh,
have to
absolutely, because Cersei's. Euron went to get the gift. The gift is Cersei's daughter was murdered by the Sand Snakes, right? So Cersei had to watch daughter, or she wasn't there to watch it. Actually, Jaime was there. Cersei had to be at the docks waiting for daughter when Jaime came back to say, daughter is dead, poisoned by sand
Yo,
snakes.
girl. Yo, baby.
So
dead.
the gift will be bring back both Mama Sand Snake and remaining daughter Sand Snake, and
Okay.
Cersei will make Mother Sand Snake watch daughter slowly die.
Or get mounted.
Or all of the above, and probably Mother Sand Snake will be getting the mountain snake.
Oh yeah.
So
Either way, God, I hate Cersei. All right. So I had them as a close second. For me, I think we're going to lose. I think the person that is actually going to die, ultimately, is going to be Beric Dondarrion. Is going to die
next
permanently
death,
next.
you think his death will be next?
Well, no. I think somebody valuable will die, and I think that someone that is valuable that will die is going to be the Hound, and he's going to die. And Beric Dondarrion is going to give his life essence to save the Hound. And I say this because that's how Lady Deathrattle, Stone Whisper, whatever.
Stoneheart. Lady
Stoneheart.
Stoneheart.
Yeah, Catelyn
Get
was
with the program.
resurrected because Catelyn was resurrected because Beric spat his life essence into her.
And then he died in the
And
books.
then he died in the
But we've
books.
diverged. So here's where I think you're wrong on the timing.
Go ahead.
I think, and this is cheating based off of the preview footage that's been shown.
Oh, you little serpent.
So preview footage of Jon Snow and 7 or 8 other dudes, one of which is Beric because he's got the flaming sword. They're up north of the wall, snow everywhere, surrounded by whites and White Walkers, and shit is going down. I mean, it looks like the same scene from Battle of the Bastards, where there's a circle of them and they are being enclosed on all sides, and you can see Beric Dondarrion's there, you can see the Hounds there, you can see you can see Jon, you can see Tormund. The rest, who knows who they are. But you later see a scene with Jon riding away on horseback.
And no Beric?
And nobody else, period.
Oh.
So, if we follow in the pattern of Beric being resurrected multiple times.
Uh-huh.
I think the better theory, the more common theory, and the more accepted theory is Jon will die again, and Beric will bring Jon back. As for the rest of the assholes that are there, that are surrounded by people, who knows if any of them make it out. In fact, I can see an army of the dead, including the Hound.
Yeah.
And Beric. And hopefully not Tormund. Or the Hound, really. I mean, we want the Hound. He's finally got a taste of redemption. We don't want him to be just
I really hope
an ice zombie.
If they take away Tormund and the Hound in one fell swoop,
yeah,
they're gonna lose some viewership.
But that's what it's looking like. So
interesting. I'm hoping that they're deceiving you.
So I'm disagreeing with you on when that will happen, who will die next, and I think if Beric Dondarrion is using his
man essence,
yes, his essence of
his life seed,
which brings up another discussion we should have right now. George R.R. Martin made a statement on a Q&A about 2 weeks ago-ish in response to what is bringing Beric Dondarrion back to life. And essentially he said it is the Red God's version of raising the dead like the ice zombies, right?
Oh.
So the translation is he doesn't have blood pumping through his veins. He's alive, but not really.
So would that bleed over to Jon Snow?
I would assume so. He's also resurrected by the Red God, which raises the question: can he have children? Can he, all of it? And he looks a little pale. But then again, maybe they're just not putting that much thought into it, and George R.R. Martin can say whatever he wants theory-wise with the books or with the backstory, and what's really going on in the show, maybe not even close to the same. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, so that raises different questions. The conclusion of which is long-term theory: could Jon have offspring? And if he's in fact just a Red God zombie,
I don't think Jon has a romantic future.
Oh, he does.
No way, man. No, I think part of his whole plot arc is the dropping of the romanticides, and that the fickle game of romance and lineage, none of that matters to Jon. All that matters to Jon is surviving the big winter, and so I think I don't expect him to live at the end of the series.
No, the Song of Ice and Fire is Jon Snow and Daenerys uniting. That is
uniting. But that doesn't
fire,
necessarily
he is
mean
ice.
Procreation.
Oh, and the prince which was promised, or princess.
Yeah, or princess. Now that they've established that it's a gender neutral thing.
Yeah. No, it's gender neutral.
Yeah, super gender neutral.
Which
all 43 of them,
which can still be in the U.S. military.
Yeah, that's right. Just as long as you don't pick the other one.
Yeah. So I think they're going to have a child, but this is long-term theory. They're going to hook up. They are. You might not think so, and technically she's his aunt, which would make it weird. But for in the Game of Thrones, that doesn't really matter at all.
Would that be? Is that close enough to be consanguinity? Would that technically be a chargeable crime of incest? I think you have to share a parent.
Yeah, no. Well, it depends on what state you're in. If we're not talking about incest,
I think they're good to go.
But
West
in King's
Virginia.
Landing, in King's Landing, it's actually
almost promoted.
Yeah. Well, used to be.
Current house also promotes incest.
Yeah.
Previous house.
Closet incest.
Yeah. Super closet incest.
Yeah. So, back to where we were. Off the tangent that started us here, do you still believe it's going to be the Hound that dies next?
Well, not now. Now you done kicked that theory.
I'm going for the Sand Snakes.
Yeah.
Okay, next on the list.
Fantasy Fight Club.
Current death pool we've covered. Fantasy Fight Club.
This is who I want to see duke it out. And what I want to see is the Unsullied in their kind of, we are Sparta type of setup, fighting off the army of the undead. I just want to see that mulch fight where it's just the zombie horde running up against that shield wall with the spears. I want to see how that goes.
I can tell you how that will go. The Unsullied will be quickly consumed and become part of the army of the dead.
Yeah.
That I think we'll see that actually at some point. I think we'll see that next on your list because I've got my own separate list. You go next.
Sure. All right. What I've got is I want to see the Hound versus Littlefinger, and that's just because I want to see Littlefinger get rocked. I just want the Hound to just unmake that dude because I enjoyed Littlefinger for the first couple seasons, but I've lost my flair for him as of late. He's become dull. He's become repetitive. All he does is leer and smirk and lean up against the wall and be all like, "I'm gonna get up in Sansa. I'm gonna make her my wife," and get his face slapped by Stark progeny. I'm tired of him. I think it's time to get rid of him. And who better than the Hound, who is like the total opposite of everything that Littlefinger is. The Hound is not conniving. He's just an awesome, badass juggernaut of redemption. And Littlefinger, I don't think, is capable of having a redemption plot arc. So I just want to see him get mulched.
Okay, so I agree with you. That would be a great fight. Actually, my first choice, I've got two options.
Go.
The practical one is Brienne, since she's there and she's kind of the sworn Sansa protector. I'd like to see. I'd like to.
Littlefinger?
I don't know. I don't think she will. No. My second choice, I think, is what will happen. No, but I'd like to see Brienne just mow him down. Yeah, because for one, it's Brienne. You know, the things you like about Game of Thrones, the things most people like, are encapsulated in the characters like Brienne
and the Hound
and Samwell and Davos. Like,
and they seem to give Brienne delivers.
Yeah. Although we don't know if she delivered on Stannis, but different story. So that's the as a practical matter, I think Brienne would be a good choice. And it would also be somewhat poetic because of his line of business was running his whorehouse and manipulating and abusing women. So it'd be nice to see him cut down by one, which I think can still happen in my second option, which is Arya comes back to Winterfell. And this is actually what I think will happen. At some point, Arya kills Littlefinger and then wears his face to control...
And then makes love with his sister, right?
No!
Is that where you were going with that?
No, steals his face.
Totally misread.
Steals his face to control Sweet Robin.
Ooh, yeah.
Because Littlefinger's... He's the puppet master of Sweet Robin. And nobody else seems to have figured that out but Littlefinger.
Waymar Royce learned it.
Well, yeah, he did, but he still has to bow to Sweet Robin. So you control Sweet Robin, you control Royce, and the Knights of the Vale. So what I think will happen is I think Arya will come back. And again, this is looking at a little bit deeper into the released video photos.
You're such a shyster.
Yeah, I know. But Littlefinger had the cat's paw dagger, the Valyrian
yeah.
Arya.
The one that was also in...
was in Samwell Tarly's book.
Yeah.
And so there are photographs of Arya wearing the cat's paw.
Ooh.
Promo photos. So I think she kills him anyway and gets it. But it would be great if she did it.
I think that's sound.
And also wore his face to control the Sweet Robin. So those are my two choices for killing Littlefinger.
Or to at least get close to Sweet Robin and kill Sweet Robin.
Yes.
That's what I would like to have happen.
Yes. Okay, you got one more on the list of Fight Club.
Euron versus Jon Snow.
Yeah.
After the performance that I saw from, I guess, that they put on, the actor did a phenomenal job, but the whole setting was fucking mantastic. Right? He comes in with that giant sailboat with those two side sails. Just coming in.
Just smashes a dude.
What was that? Was it like the bottom of a dragon's skull or something like that?
It was something like that. It looked like a dragon.
Oh, that whole sequence was so rad, and he just...
It was a kraken or a sea monster
or
something like that.
Must have been something. And he just storms that, and I only caught a glimpse of that axe. And I can't seem to find a picture of it, but because I want to see it in its full glory, because it looked like some beautiful craftsmanship went into that.
Yeah.
And so between some of the top tier fighters in Westeros, I think right now it's going to be Euron and Jon Snow, and I would love to see for how much dedication and good effort they do into making these fight scenes, I know that they could put up something totally rad. I mean, it would be like WWE entrance music would be going on, and they'd be doing their thing. It'd be so awesome.
That would be a good fight.
It's never going to happen.
He's essentially assumed the role of Ramsey. I mean, he's the new Ramsey Bolton. He's the new bad guy. And what's more interesting is he's joining forces with the other mighty villain, Cersei. But here's what I would like to see. Okay, so my Fight Club
Go.
would actually be Jaime. And I'm doing two different fights.
Do it.
Jaime's got to kill Cersei. It's going to happen. That's going to be the end. And I'm looking forward. It'd probably be painful though. It's sad for Jaime. It'd probably be sad to watch, but he's going to do it. That's how she's going to go. I don't think it's going to be any other way. I don't think it's going to be dragon fire.
I'm not sure where he's at though, because keep in mind he did rape her.
Yeah.
Like he's gone some weird places in life, especially with his relationship to his sister. I don't know where he's at, and the dude seems to just keep trying to be like, "No, I'll just do a test shot, see if my sister's cray." And every time he pulls back, it's like, "Oh no, she's totally lost it."
No, it's going to be a mirroring of the same thing with the Mad King. So he's the Kingslayer.
God damn it, you're right.
She's the Mad Queen now. He's going to kill her.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. It's going to be sad because he's going to be conflicted about it. But it's going to be the right thing. Only the difference is this time he'll be a hero instead of being an oathbreaker.
Yeah. I was really hoping they would be death by crossbow for Cersei. Like that huge ballista that she just fired at the dragon's skull.
Yeah.
I want that to be the death, but I think you've got a much more productive event that you're describing.
He's going to kill her. Okay, so second fight, I actually want to see Jaime take down Euron. I don't know that he could win, not with Gold Hand, but I think he's got some redemption in his. He used to be revered as this amazing fighter.
Yeah.
And then he went through the hand being chopped off, and then all the training with Bronn to try and bring himself back. And I don't think he's back. I think he'd probably lose straight up, him versus Euron. But it'd be a good fight. It'd be a righteous fight. Because, when Euron comes in episode 1 of this season, season 7, and he makes a statement, I don't know if you caught this when you were watching, about being able to use...
I've got two good hands.
Two good hands, yeah. Jaime hates him. So, I wouldn't even mind seeing, we want a Fight Club scene, Bronn and Jaime versus Euron. That'd be a good fight. That'd be even.
Okay, I think there's some teeth to that.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to see Bronn back. We haven't seen him this season yet.
I do want to see Bronn back.
So that would be a good fight. Yeah, there's that. Final Fight Club for me. I think, and we haven't seen this yet, probably because it's cost prohibitive on the show, but I would like to finally see Bran do some real work with
some psychic shit,
his green seer stuff, and see if he could take over something big, maybe one of the dragons, and just go tear some shit up with that.
Maybe one of the ice dragons.
Ooh, one of the ice dragons. Now we're getting into that territory.
Because I think if he does some psychic warfare for control, and then he gets himself an ice dragon, and then puts the arm of the undead back in the freezer. Like, no, hold the fuck still. You're going to be an ice block now. Probably wouldn't work on the White Walkers, but I think you could refreeze the army of the dead. So on the ice dragons, is it your theory they will be bringing back to life one of Daenerys' dragons that died, or are you with the ice dragons that were the lore of the? Yes, I'm with option 2.
Option 2.
That there are frost dragons just as the same as there are fire dragons.
Okay.
But I think there's some possibilities of complexities that arise from that. Because if Khaleesi is in fact the mother of dragons, I think she's got some power to control those dragons. And I think one of the aspects of the conflict is going to be who has control over what dragons and what method is used to control them. Because those Stark kids, they can warg into things.
Yeah.
As well. And so that's got to get complicated. Okay,
so my final fight is at least one of the dragons. of some type. Big level shit controlled by Bran.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'd like to see.
I think that would be rad.
Okay, so next subject.
All right, I've got. Where are they now? What's Robin doing? Did Robin come to Winterfell?
Sweet Robin.
Yeah.
He's probably found some old lady's breast
Something
to
to
suckle on somewhere in the Vale. You know, I don't think he can.
Feels like home to me.
Yeah, I don't think he. I don't think he came to Winterfell. At least not that I recall. Was he in the end at Battle of the Bastards? Was Sweet Robin there somewhere? I don't think he was.
And I don't think Littlefinger would have ever exposed him to that type of risk.
No, because he is Littlefinger's in to control everything in the Vale.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't do that.
Lose Sweet Robin, and everything that Littlefinger has is done. So I think Littlefinger has Robin kept at the Eyrie. But then who's managing him? Kid's weird, man, and dangerous. Like, that kid freaks me out. Like, he seriously freaks me out.
He's pasty, too.
Yeah.
His mother was pasty.
Oh, God. What's funny is you see that actress do other things, and she is a lovely woman. Like, I have no idea how they made her seem so stark raving mad. But she is just bug-eyed, titty out, feeding an 8-year-old boy her new juice. Like, she just comes across as totally bonkers. And that boy gives me the icks. All right.
Okay.
We have to.
So Sweet Robin's, our conclusion is Sweet Robin is
He's hanging out in the Eyrie.
Yeah, he's somewhere up there throwing things out the moon door and suckling on a grandma's teeth.
Yeah, any old teeth will do.
Okay, next on the list.
Gendry. I don't think we're going to see him again.
I think we will. I think you're wrong.
Go.
I think he'll be back this season. I think he's probably been hanging out in King's Landing.
You think so?
Yeah.
God, after you engulf a cathedral in green flames, I'm the fuck out.
Yeah. That would be the wise thing to do, but it's also all he's known, right? He's raised in the shittiest part of King's Landing.
It's true.
He works there. There would be work for a blacksmith. I tend to doubt he just took off and left somewhere. He's got to be accessible to the story.
Well, he cast off from Dragonstone, right?
Well, yes. The last place he was seen was Dragonstone. But you have to think not just what you would do, because you wouldn't do a lot of the things the people characters do. You got to think, what was the purpose of his character? And I don't think it was just to make friends with Arya for a moment and just to have blood sucked from him by the leeches that were thrown in the fire.
To do some witchcraft.
And if that was his only purpose, they would have killed him. Right? He left for a reason. He'll come back for a reason. There's something, and he was, as a character, he was somebody you liked. He was not twisted and evil. There's a reason they kept him around, and he'll come back, and he'll serve a purpose, and he has King's blood, which gives him some amount of power in the show.
I think you're right that he served a purpose, but I think his purpose, in the end, transitioned to show that Davos does the right thing no matter what the consequence.
Yeah, they've shown that lots of ways, though. I think he'll come back. But you're right. Davos is my man.
Yo, God, I am so gay for Davos. I'm very gay for Davos. I like that dude. Mm. All right.
Next on the list of
Quayathi, that chick with the
mask.
The mask. I think we're gonna see her again.
Quayathi or is it Quaith?
Quaith. Either way, that.
You get
the cute lady. With the metal curtains on her face.
I've seen lots of theories about her and what her deal is.
Yeah, like she's a time traveling Daenerys or some shit.
And well,
she's a red priest.
To me, I didn't think she was that consequential. She hasn't made that much of an impact.
I think it was that for me in the book. She's played a pretty big part, and she did some psychic contact with Daenerys through the glass candles and shit like that. I think she's coming back around because they keep cycling through these red witches.
What happened to the last red witch?
I don't know.
The one that looked like Rachel Weisz.
Yeah.
From
exactly.
What happened to that chick? It wasn't her, but
did she? Because she didn't travel.
She just came. She
said, "What's up?"
Responded to Varys in a way that freaked him out because she knew exactly how he got his genitals cut.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, I don't really
Tell me
recall
what was
happened.
said when your penis was on fire.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna start seeing a red priestess contingency showing up in Westeros to do the battle for the dawn, the war for the dawn. I think we're gonna see him, and I think Koyafi's gonna play a main role. And the thing is, they can cast anyone in the role, right? Because you just slap that little metal curtain on some chicky-doo's face. Boom, you got a Quaif. Koyafi.
Got a quaff?
Quaff. You got so many vowels in there. Who the hell knows? Jack off Hager.
It's Joaquin
Hager.
Jack and Hagar. Okay, so one of the theories floating about Jack and Hagar is he's never the same person. Every time we've seen him, he's somebody else wearing that face. And so we don't know who he really is, right? Because think about it in the show.
There were some inconsistencies.
You're first introduced to Jack and Hagar, and he's nice and friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow managed to get himself stuck in this, get trapped. The badass assassin he is got caught, gets stuck in this transport cage with other common criminals, and it gets caught on fire. And that's at that point Arya steps in to save him. I think the reality is none of that was by accident or coincidence.
Yeah.
He put himself there.
Either he's incompetent or he did it on purpose.
No, he did it on purpose. But also the point of discussing all of this is that version of Jack and Hagar was awesome.
Uh-huh.
He was a badass. He was not mysterious and weird.
Like when he's sitting up there in the castle and he's like holding the finger up to his face about how many lives that dude. That whole sequence was beautiful.
And the way he treated Arya was decent. And I guess you could just say, well, he was recruiting at that time, and he turned into somebody else. But he was kind of a weird asshole during the whole training process, which was different. So is it the same guy? Isn't it? And then the third discussion that is often considered is Jack and Hagar is also Syrio Forel.
Yeah.
The water dancing instructor. They're all the same guy, right? So
that's a theory I don't buy into. Syrio Forel is dead. Right?
Is he?
Syrio Forel is dead.
You didn't see him die on screen.
That's true.
You don't see it, you never know.
He had a wooden sword that got knocked out of his hands by a man that was alive afterwards and had a full sword. For me, I go back to the argument that the Hound had with Arya over there on a riverbank, where he talked about because he had armor and a big fucking sword.
So the question with that whole scene to begin with is, what is the first sword of Braavos doing with a wooden sword?
I don't know. Well, he was training.
It would be like the best. No, you never saw the guy with the sword. It would be like Quigley Down Under with a cap gun.
With a ninja star.
What are you doing being the first sword of Braavos and not having a sword with you? Nothing but a wooden sword.
The first sword of Braavos. I'm going to go back and watch that with the Hound. I fucking love it when he just dresses down Arya for her preposterous notions. Syrio's dead, my brother. Syrio's dead.
Maybe he is. Maybe he isn't.
Yeah.
Either way, Jack and Hagar...
Maybe Syrio lived. Maybe Syrio died.
Yeah, maybe he did. I think Jack and Hagar is back at the House of Black and White, just, rubbing down dead people with water.
Oiling up the dead. My dad had a theory that whoever is wearing Jack and Hagar's face is actually whatever the faceless god. And for me, I thought that was a little bit too much for me to bite off, but it would kind of make sense. There's a lot of living manifestations of godly powers. It could be that that's just one of them.
The many-faced god.
That's it. That's right.
But isn't the
because it's the faceless men and the many-faced god.
And isn't the many-faced god just death?
I don't know.
Syrio Forel says there is but one god.
Yeah.
And it's death.
That's right. But Syrio Forel is not a faceless man.
You don't know that.
Well, I don't know. Cersei might be a faceless. God knows she's killed more than them. Who else I got there?
Okay, Bronn. Where's Bronn? Bronn is...
I think Bronn got the fuck out of town.
No. Bronn is hanging out, waiting to be called up to fight for Jaime. He was with Jaime last season.
Yeah, they rode in
fought
together.
with Jaime. Yeah, he's sticking with Jaime, and he's been rewarded by Jaime. And it's the best gig he's ever had, right?
It's true.
When he was with Tyrion was paying him well. Once Jaime got a hold of him, Jaime has way more resources than Tyrion did, and Bronn's just sticking with Jaime.
Wasn't Bronn working on a marriage when Jaime came and nabbed him?
Yeah, and there's a marriage and a castle of some type somewhere, right? But he's
to a simpleton in the book.
He'll be there.
He married an idiot.
he'll be there when they go invade Highgarden. So that's where Bronn is.
Yeah. I really hope they don't invade Highgarden. I hope Highgarden
No,
does the assault. You think so?
They're gonna go to Highgarden. They're taking it to Highgarden.
We're gonna run out of juice.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Jaime's going to redeem himself as a war leader, which, if you recall, Jaime's talking to Lord Tarly, Sam's father, the giant prick he is, about being, his...
God, he really is a prick.
He is such a dick, even to Jaime, whose sister is the queen, and
your sister wife,
and Jaime's asking him if he'll be the commander of the army, and Tarly's response is essentially to insult him about not breaking oaths and shit on him a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think that Jaime's going to assume the role of that great general and come back.
Yeah.
I think he's on the redemption arc still. I don't think he's going to get sucked back into Cersei stuff for too long. Like I said before, I think he's going to be the end of her.
You think Cersei's going to live this season?
Yeah, or she'll make it to next season.
God,
she's
wanted to die.
Who else takes her place? There's nobody. What, you think Euron's going to be on the Iron Throne? No, Cersei will stay there.
I do think that if they do get married, Euron's going to kill her.
No, I don't think so. Cersei has been. They've invested too much in Cersei through the course of the story to just kill her off before the climax.
I don't think the climax is going to occur with Cersei alive.
No, I think part
because
of the climax
Cersei is so fucking petty.
Yeah.
She will always keep playing the game of Thrones and be oblivious to the fact that shit's about to get real. It's not going to matter. Which, I guess we skipped over romanticities.
Okay, so we're to that.
Tormund and Brienne.
I think everybody wants to see that.
Oh, yeah.
Except probably Brienne.
Except for Brienne. I wanted a little bit more. I wanted a little bit more out of that. Because Tormund came over and was obviously like, yeah. And Brienne just kind of said nothing.
I wonder if she's not interested in any of it, period, because it's just not her thing. Her thing is to be the badass soldier, which is essentially, I'm not in for that.
Yeah.
Two.
But have you seen Tormund? He's gorgeous. All right? That's a good-looking dude.
Yeah.
And he's hilarious.
He's good.
Love that
he's
guy.
A simpleton. I would like to see that happen. I don't think it will, but I would like to see that.
No. It won't happen until Tormund gets... he'll get knighted in some capacity.
If he doesn't get
If he doesn't get mulched.
Yeah. So next one on the list of
mistakes. That was a dumb scene with Arya and her direwolf. What was that?
The purpose of that scene was to show you that direwolf is still out there running the super pack, that Nymeria is still out, and she will serve a purpose later. The second part of the scene was it's really expensive for HBO to film those scenes. So we're going to make it short and to the point. We're not going to have the wolf tag along because, and they're trying to plug some storyline into it and compare. She's like Arya. Arya was not made to be married to some lord and be a lady court or whatever. And so it's kind of a mirror to she is Arya, and that's why Arya sort of got it. But that also is just to show HBO doesn't have or they're not allocating the funding.
No.
To put that, they've already got dragons to deal with, which is really expensive for them to do and do well like they do. Put the wolves in it. It's just.
Why? I mean, Dragonheart did it. With, back in the 90s, man.
Yeah.
That shit was legit with Sean Connery.
Yeah.
It cost that much.
It was quality, too. It was,
Maybe they should just splice in a couple Dragonheart scenes.
This,
more Direwolves. More Dragonheart.
You know, or Beastmaster.
Oh my god, yes!
Yeah.
My war ferret. I think what they should have done for that is I think they could have gotten it across with wolf dreams. So the same way that there were dragon dreams for the Targaryens, there's also wolf dreams for the Stark children. In fact, in the book, Arya, when she sleeps, she sees through Nymeria's eyes sometimes. So I don't know why they didn't explore it in a wolf dream, because they could establish that there's a Warg connection and that there's this super pack of wolves just going around fucking shit up. Because I would have rather they have done it that way rather than it's not you. I didn't even understand it. I didn't even understand the context of what the language they were trying to say. At first I was like, so that wasn't Nymeria? That was just another huge wolf? I was really confused.
Don't be so thick.
I'm thick. I'm thick. You know I'm thick.
It was.
I'm dumb. I'm dumb, son.
It was. This isn't your thing. You're not going to come back and be my lapdog.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we haven't seen the end. They didn't reintroduce Wolfpack
for no reason.
For no reason. They introduced Wolfpack because at some point
Wolfpack's
somebody's about to get their ass kicked. Like Jon Snow with the Battle of the Bastards, and Wolfpack's going to come in and rip some limbs.
And if they hadn't done the phrase in the first episode, I would have thought Wolfpack was going to be the phrase I'm doing.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Which would have been so metal.
But the way they did it was
pretty good
too.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, no, that was good. Everything about that was good.
And you did.
Yeah. So that was okay. You know, my mistake of the episode wouldn't even be a mistake, and I don't think they did it wrong. But my gripe was something about the way Theon transitioned to Reek and jumped off the boat. It just left something to be desired. And not that I would say Theon should have tried to avenge and then had his head lopped off. I don't know what the best option was, but and I get that, you know, that dude's never going to be the same. You get your dick cut off.
You get renamed and tortured, live in filth.
But I think they could have done something a little more with that. That being said, I didn't have a lot of criticisms about mistakes with episode 2.
No.
Right? Overall, I think they got it right. And it was, the pacing was good. My complaint is always, I want more Tyrion.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we could transition to MVP and LVP.
Okay, so most valuable player of episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Dude, Grey Worm.
Grey Worm. Pulling out Grey Worm's Grey Worm.
Yeah, my man finally gets the girl. You know, and she loves him. He's into it. She's into it.
But what is into what?
Well, I mean, like,
what's there?
You know, romanticities.
You can't tell me that there wasn't a question that just a little bit of you wanted to see. Is he a eunuch with just no testicles, or does he have the Ken doll bump?
And
I mean, what's going on?
And
there?
I'm going back and forth. I wavered on whether they established what exactly was going on there.
Yeah, I don't know.
We know at this point that there was oral sex, right? Right? I mean, it just depends upon what the definition of is. So
no cigars involved in this.
No cigars, no blue dresses. But I think it's all chopped off. I think that they established that he's got stem and stick, or, you know, balls and shaft have all been lopped off.
I don't think they've ever established that.
Well, I think they just did.
Did they?
Because, right? I mean, wouldn't he have gotten hibbity-jibbity if he had a poker?
She seemed to be enjoying herself while he was on top.
Well, it's exciting.
But the only thing that we know is, of all the people involved, I think there have been statements that Varys is completely nothing. There's nothing there.
Yeah,
Or at least
Varys.
there have been comments that there's nothing there. But Grey Worm, my other question about the Unsullied is it's testosterone.
Mm-hmm.
You lop that off. I mean, you're not creating that testosterone. And I'm not thinking there's a lot of supplements there. Why do that to begin with, right?
Maybe he's got some creatine that he's pumping.
You want to turn a bull into a nice gentle little steer for slaughter.
Yeah, lop.
Yeah, you cut them off. So why make a whole army full of? I mean, realistically, rather than them all being ripped, they would all have man breasts and be soft and doughy.
Be doughy.
Yeah. So never really understood that storyline. I mean, I get the idea they're trying to say you focus on this and that's it, but
I think part of it goes back to the concept of the Unsullied is that it's not that they're exceptionally, good or gifted soldiers. That none of them are going to be Jaime Lannister. It's that
they're robots.
Yeah, it's that they're that many bodies, right? They're just like the Zerg. That they're just a bunch of little Zerglings.
They're robots that are trained like Spartans.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So they're not the strongest things in the world, but they're deadly in numbers, and they will do whatever the fuck they're told, like hold still and get their nipples cut off. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
That would take some extensive training to accomplish.
But without the testosterone, I think those nipples would have been a bit bigger.
Yeah. a little bit flappy.
Yeah. So,
who's your MVP?
I'm going to go with either, and I think these two tie.
Euron.
No, not Euron. Not Euron. And yes, I did say Euron.
Us.
I think the MVP is a tie between Sam and Jorah.
Oh. Lord Friendzone.
Yeah, Lord Friendzone. He went through some shit.
Well, it's pretty obvious that they're going to save him, right?
But
they wouldn't just involve him for no reason.
But Sam, for doing what Sam does,
the right thing.
Yeah, and being a in his world, growing up in his house, being deemed a coward.
Mm-hmm.
He's been shown throughout the entire show to be one of the most courageous people, right?
Yeah.
Because he goes against his own nature of cowardice or fear and does the right thing in spite of the fact that he's not gifted in
the arts of
anything.
war.
Yeah, war-based. I mean, he's a big doughboy, but he's great. Love that guy. So and
he's like Hurley from Lost. You'd think he would have lost a little bit more weight by now, but he's everybody's favorite because he just bulldozes problems.
Yeah, no, he's
great heart.
He was good. I liked what he did. He's my standout. Now from episode 1, since we haven't done that one yet,
No.
The Hound, far and away, The Hound was my MVP from episode 1.
Ooh, right in the heart place.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. I'm sorry you're dead.
Yeah.
There's something very touching and accessible about those meaningful words, and I'll agree with you. The Hound is MVP for the first episode.
Yeah. So, also probably worth honorable mention would be the Council of Ladies at
the Dragonstone
Army table at Dragonstone. Yeah, at the battle table. Close second would go. I mean, Daenerys, she's always good, but Lady Tyrell, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's a badass.
Well, she's also got absolutely nothing to lose. She's just got revenge left on her plate.
Yeah, she's good. You can take away Mama Sandsnake and Yara Greyjoy. I mean,
I'm not going to miss
pretty
the
much taken away
when she's
anyway.
gone.
But the dialogue between Lady Tyrell and
we kind of sit down.
Yeah. Listen, I'm still alive because I didn't listen to all the assholes.
Yeah,
that was good. So honorable mention there.
I'm gonna miss Yara if they kill her.
Yeah,
I'm gonna miss Yara, but I'm not gonna miss the Sand Snakes. I thought that was that was a little mismanaged in general. But Yara I like because Yara loves Theon no matter what, and I feel like her loyalty to her people and to her brother is admirable, and so it's gonna make me sad in the pants when Yara's gone.
So maybe the payoff and the reason that... in fact, I'm guessing. Here's prediction. Prediction on the Yara storyline.
She's going to get some Theon insight because she's going to be tortured?
No.
What do you think?
Theon's going to redeem his cowardice in some way in attempting to rescue or sacrificing himself to free Yara. I think that's a possibility.
Yep.
He's going to get killed by, and it would be a little bit of justice if Theon somehow is the one who takes out
Somehow.
Euron.
Even if it's just, dropping a rock on his head from a roof. Right? Because, that's what I would do. Right? I just lay in wait with, like, a rock on a roof. And I'd drop a rock on his head.
Smash him.
Yeah, I'd just be like, yeah, guess what? You're dead. I'm not.
Yeah, that's good.
Right, anything worth fighting for is worth fighting dirty for. LVP from this episode.
Least valuable player.
Littlefinger. Yet again, he spends his time propped up against a fucking wall to leer at the redhead. Right? What is he? Is he like rapey Spider-Man? Because, that's all he does all day is just leer at redheads. And then he gets bitch smacked where he had no fucking business going to by Jon Snow. So props for Jon Snow for get the fuck out where my dead family members are. I'm gonna smack your bitch ass. But Littlefinger, he used to be clever. He used to be bright. And now he's just sitting there thinking with his dick, trying to get all up on Sansa, and it's not good for you, man. Move on with your life. It's obvious this tree isn't going to bear fruit. Get the fuck out of there. Go back to the Eyrie. Make some new friends.
He always had grand plans. What's he going to do otherwise? All this scheming, all of this, the entire time, everything
Was it really
he's
just about getting with Sansa?
No, I think that it's about getting power, and he gets power through Sansa, right? She's got a true claim to the north.
Yeah.
And it's about climbing, and the dude's done it. He's done a lot of climbing.
He has done a lot of climbing.
So, yeah, he's just... I think what makes him different now is the weakness that Sansa presents. He used to make super calculated decisions that put him in positions to move up, and now he just seems compromised by his desire to...
Why can't I be with her?
Yeah, pretty much that's it.
They're gonna have to do something with him. Maybe they'll when they bring Robin back into the fold, maybe they can do some weird shit with him and Robin.
Yeah. So my least valuable player would be Theon.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Again, I think they did it for a reason. I think he'll redeem himself. I hope.
No, but in a dollars and cents assessment, straight up.
Yeah, he should.
Theon did nothing.
Not a damn thing.
Those sand snakes put up a pretty decent fight.
Yeah,
and I think that they established that Euron's a hell of a good fighter. If he can take out Whip Girl and what kind of weapon does he want to have?
I don't know. Dagger, knife, spear.
The rogue and the cowboy.
Yeah. So overall, I'm giving episode 2 a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it was definitely a 10 out of 10 episode.
Not a letdown. Anything else to be said before we sign off on this one?
Nope, I agree with your 10 out of 10 assessments. We had great action. We had great transitions. We had great plot progression. Nothing was missing other than Bronn.
What do you most want to see next episode?
Bronn.
Doesn't matter what else happens?
I don't give a shit. I just want to see Bronn, baby. I love Bronn. Bronn was cash fucking money on the trip up to the Eyrie. I love that guy. He was so rotten. Can't get enough of him. About you?
I'm most looking forward to Tyrion's plan to just take over Casterly Rock.
Oh, that's going to be
nuts. See the execution of that.
You think Jaime's going to ride to me?
No, I think Jaime's going to be in Highgarden. And I think they are going to sneak in through the sewer. Because remember, Tyrion, his assignment his dad gave him when he was young was to oversee the sewers at Casterly Rock. And it's fortified, and it's taken care of, and they're going to crawl in through the shithole on the outer wall. And they're going to bust some people up. And I want to see it happen. And I want to see it
in through your
because so far Tyrion's plan has not been successful. Now that Euron took out
in the night with black sails.
Yeah, took out everyone there. They won't be able to go get any of the Dornish army, and So, and Highgarden's probably going to get its ass kicked. So I want at least one thing to happen, and I want Casterly Rock to
Especially
just
with, I forgot about Tarly plays into that too.
Yeah?
You've got a lot of solid theories.
I want to see Casterly Rock just get rocked by Grey Worm and company.
I'm all for it.
Yes. All right.
Sign us out.
We're out.